Hi there, it's Karen here from Turquoise Treasures. Welcome back to my channel, and today it's Roxy's weekly challenge day. So it's week 10 and I'll tell you what we're doing today because I wrote it down. Try and remember to write it down each week if I can. We're doing extra journal spot bundles for journals. So I've got all my bits ready. I have some papers here to start off with that we're going to use for putting the journals for the journal spot, but also for putting little pieces of ephemera in. And I've already pre-torn them. I'm not going to do them on camera. You don't need to watch that, and it would just take me too long. And I've just got a selection. I don't think I'm going to make them all because I've got too many, but I gave myself options. But I'm definitely going to use this one because it's really pretty. So this one is a pink Monarch Prince blue wallflower, I think is the kit, and it's really pretty. So I'm going to use that for the first one. And I've double printed up. I printed them on both sides, all of them, with some fairly neutral backgrounds, because the idea is that you can open it all up and you can still journal on the other side. So I think that will be fine for journaling. I've just noticed that my tearing at the top was decidedly uneven, so I'm just going to try and even that up a little bit. Don't think it matters too much. And then I'm going to just fold it up. I'm going to do it the way Rachel did and do her folding, and do it sort of like a mass make type of thing, except mine won't be quite as big a mass as hers because I'm only going to make 3 or 4 maybe. So you just fold them lengthways so you get the pretty part. So you can fold them either way depending on which side you want showing, and then fold it up. And I've got the flower there as well, which is rather nice. And oh, what was that? I have to go and investigate. It's very windy here today and there's things banging and bashing, and I'm just going to go and check that nothing has gone awry. Right, sorry about that. I think it was just the door behind me just banged open and it just made me jump, so I wanted to just check that nothing had fallen over or something, but it was just the door, so I've wedged it now. Right, so we started with just folding that. That's all we do to start them off. And let's have a look, see what other ones. Not sure about that one. This one I like because it's quite nice colour, so I'll do that one next. I think I'll try 4. And this one, so this one's got nice backing on it as well, but very pale. This one I'm going to do this way because I want this side to show. So I'm folding it the other way. Well, I'm showing the other side, should I say. Not necessarily, they're both being folded in half long ways, just this one is having this side showing. And fold it up to about there, I think. Don't think it matters quite where you fold it to. Oh, and the thing I forgot to do is because she folded back her edges a little bit just to show there's a pocket. So I'm going to do the same. Okay, and I'll do it on this one as well because I forgot. Do it that way, I think. Don't want to lose too much of my little flower, do we? Just fold it there. And across there. Okay. 1, 2. Which one shall I do next? Got a small one here. No, it's almost white, isn't it? I don't really want that one. Something that's got a bit of colour to it. A lot of these pieces are either, this one is definitely Roxy Creations. I think the others are either Pink Monarch Prince or Paper Outpost. I'm going to do this one next. Got a bit of white showing on the other side. We don't want that, do we? Nope. Get rid of that. bring that blind down again. Now the sun's come out. It seems a shame to block it out, but otherwise we end up with too many shadows on the desk, don't we? All right, that one's going to go that way or that way. I think I might do it that way. There's a bit more going on, and there's not much difference at the top really. So we'll do that. Turn it back, and again at the top. See the pretty paper on this one a bit more, and I think I'll just do one more, and I'm going to do this Roxy Creations letter one, I think, and that's that way round. Don't want them too big when they're folded up, do we? Because if they're going to go into a journal, sort of thing you might pop into a pocket. I thought it'd be quite nice in a back pocket, just inside the back cover. So this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and a bit, 7 and a quarter. So that's all right, that'll fit. I'm just looking at this one, just checking that's not too big either. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 and 3/4. That still will fit. That's okay. Okay, so let's just fold the little edgy bit back on this one. Don't want to lose my pretty stamped bit at the top. Just trim that off a little bit. Okay. Right, so next thing to do is we wrap them around to keep them closed, obviously. So I've got a few strips of paper here. Not many, because I knew I wasn't going to make too many, but I have a few options. And I wonder about this one. It's quite nice, the green, bit of green, matches my jumper. Yeah, I'm not got a problem with that. I think that would be quite nice. See if hopefully it's big enough. We'll just put these aside now. Where'd the other ones go? There they are. Right, so I'm going to wrap this around, just check it fits. Ooh, just. Okay. And we want a little bit of washi tape. Just thinking. I'll decide which one's going to be which. Okay, this one's going to have a little bit of washi. I'm going to use this one, I think. Am I going to use that one? No. Got this bit of green. This is one of the ones I made in the weekly challenge a couple of years ago. And I've hardly ever used them, so I'm going to start trying to bring them out a bit more. Keep them a bit more handy. Goes there. Okay, and the idea is you slip this off and you open it up, and then you can write on the inside. And also it kind of disguises a bit the fact that this bit you've turned up is upside down. And then what I'd like to do, which is something that Rachel didn't do, but you know, everybody does it their own way. I want a little something in the middle here. So what I pulled out is some of my wax seals, and I've done a whole load with my initial on, and I thought that'd be quite nice to have something like that on there. I did a load a while ago with my my initial, just random colours. Just wondering about that one on there. I think that goes quite nicely. That one? No. No, I think this one's rather nice on there. So I'm going to stick that on. Just I think that makes a nice, gives it a nice finishing touch, having a wax seal on the end, on the front there. So I'm going to do those on all of them. Any little embellishment would be quite nice on there, I think, just a little circle of some sort, just to finish that off. Okay, set that aside to dry. And then I've got this one. So let's see. I'll put the glue away. I would like, I think, this piece. What else have I got? It's a bit too blendy. This one, a bit of, yeah, that might work. Yeah, okay. It's a bit of one of Rachel's dyed papers. Don't need it quite as long as this. Let's cut that end off because there's a bit of white showing. Trim it off. Okay, and I'm going to use, I've got this piece of quite wide washi. This is one of those old washi sheets that I've had for years, but it's got some music notes in the background, so I thought I might use a bit of that. This one might go in the back of my music journal, I think. I think it's still a little bit too big. I quite like the tape to be in the middle rather than right over the side. Better. Okay. And then let's see what initial I can use on here. I'm quite attracted to the red one. I think that would look quite nice on there. Yep. To make sure I don't put so much glue on it that it sticks it to the paper in the background, but I'm just trying to keep the glue in the middle. Right, so that's that one. This one next, and I think this will be fine on here. Is it wide enough? I've got a slightly wider one here. Yeah, okay. Wide enough. This is just a little bit wide here. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, and this one I'm going to use, no, this this isn't going to go, is it? Bit of the green. Or I have some washi. Some Tim Holtz washi. I thought I might perhaps use a piece of that. One of these tickets, so I think I'm going to use the green one on here. Not the yellow, because it will just blend in. Use that for another one. There we are. Quite nice there. Let's see what of these, which one of these will go best. Got quite a few in this greeny colour, haven't I? This one? No. Too many choices on this one. Too pale. Don't want that one. I think I'll go back to this one, which I think is probably the first one I picked out. Okay, that one there, and one more. So we're going to wrap around this one. Could use that. And that. Well, I quite like this one, but I don't know if the colour's going to be too similar. No, it's too close. I think maybe this one then. Yeah, okay. Yeah, better use this other Tim Holtz ticket, hadn't I? Not upside down though, that's not the way we want to go. Ooh, it's a bit wide. Oh dear. Nope, can't use that. Okay, so I think it'd be a bit of this then. Or the red one. Yeah, I'm going to use the red one. Yep, that's the one. That's another one from that sheet. I've had them for so many years and never used them, and suddenly I've kind of rediscovered them. And I've started using them a bit. I particularly like this red one. Oh, hang on. I got that. Oh no, that's right. I've got it right. I thought I've got it back to front, but no, I haven't. That wouldn't be a big surprise, would it now? Right, so we need to find a final one of these to go on the front. I'm wondering about this purple one. Purple or another green. I'm going to go purple. Just because it's different. And the thing is, there's any colour really would go on here because it's not going to... It's a fairly neutral colour. In the middle there. Okay, Leave that one to dry. Get rid of all these bits now. Right, so now we need to start stuffing these little things with some real ephemera. And I've got a little collection here. I don't have an awful lot. I only have things that I've managed to buy from Etsy sellers. There's a few bits here from one of Rachel's packs, and a few bits that I've managed to buy from UK sellers over here. I just had a little package arrive, actually, and I'd forgotten what I'd ordered. And it was a collection of music, old music pieces, old music pages, I guess, music ephemera. So I thought I'd use those in this one, which I'm going to music theme, and then it can go in my journal that I'm making. So I thought I'd start with that one because I've already picked out a few bits to go in this. So I've got some smaller pieces. So she kind of puts smaller pieces in the front pocket. So it's just, I'm going to have to fold that up a bit. I don't know what's the best way to fold these things really. Is it going to fit that way? Might do. Pop it in like that. Yes. Yep, that's gone in. Okay, and then I've got this big piece here. I don't think I want to put the whole thing in. So I'll just... If I'd got these earlier, I could have put them in the journal, couldn't I? I could have had this going in the journal as pages. If only I'd realised, but I didn't, so it can go in instead like this. How wide does it need to be? Probably a bit tall. I'll just fold it up a little bit. And then pop it in. And then this is a nice piece of ephemera for using in a journal. Like that. Okay, so that's the next stage, is just to pop some pieces in. There's one. Right. So that was easy because I'd already decided what was going in there. Now I've got to decide what's going to go in this one. I've got a whole bunch of stuff here. Ooh, I've got this lovely piece of Italian. It's quite thin paper, but it's really nice. It's a play, part of a play. So I think I might put that in here. I'm going to leave this bit on it. Some people would like to keep that. So just try and decide how best to fold it. It might go in like that. It's a little bit wide still. It's always a bit anxious folding really old pieces like this. Don't want to ruin it. Right, let's pop that in there. And then can I put in the back? Got a few slightly larger pieces here. This piece. I suspect this was also from one of Rachel's packs, as the other piece was. So perhaps I should keep it all together. Oh, it's really nice. Got a real stamp on there, 1934. That's a beautiful piece, isn't it? Pop that in. That side or that side? Put that in like that, I think. That just goes behind the fold. Going to go in. Going to go in like that. There we go. That's in. She didn't actually put any in here, but you could put something in here as well, I think. But I'm I'm not going to. She didn't, so I'm not going to. Right, so we got that one. So not finished. There's one more step to go. So, right, I'm going to take this one and can I put in there? Where's that come from? Oh, I think it's just floating around. I don't think it's come off anything. No, I don't think. Oh, here's a nice piece. En Amérique. So this is French. Is it going to go in? Oh, not quite. Actually, it's a double, isn't it? No, it's not a double. It's just two pieces. Right, it's a little bit wide. I might just fold that in a touch. Just fold that side in. Fold it up a little. Pop that in here. Like that. And then at the back, what should we put at the back? Something completely different. This is a piece I found. I've found a few little pieces in an antique shop a year or so ago, and this is a receipt for to applying ladies' gold and gold on silver bracelet watch. Supplying, that's it. So £13.14. So it's probably quite expensive in 1941. Fold it back that way and that way, which is the way it's already been folded by the looks of it, and then fold it up like that, and you can see exactly what it is, and pop that in behind here. I think, yes, go in here. So there we go. There's that one. Looks good. And then the final one, it's a piece of, very thin piece of, it's from a play by Marlowe by the looks of it. And that's a bit of Shakespeare. All right, so this must be from an anthology or something. It's a bit small, actually. I know what I put in. Where are we? I've got somewhere here. Oh no, it's over here. It's one of my old German books. I might put a page from that in. One page that I've written on, do we? That could pop in. I might be able to get it in without folding it, I'm not sure. Is it going to go in? It might just. It's quite thin, this paper, but it's got a lovely colour to it. That's why I like using it, because it's got that nice aged look. Well, because it is quite old. See, well, nearly 50 years old, I guess. Not quite. Certainly over 40 years old. And we're not old in the same vein as some of the things that Rachel uses, but it still counts as vintage. And a piece of old dictionary, I think. Be good. Fold that in half. Oops. And a bit of that in the back there. Okay, so that's that piece. And I can put all these pieces away now. Takes just twice as long to get everything back where it came from, doesn't it, after you finish doing these? So now the next thing we have to do is pop something behind this band to give it a little pop of colour. That's the idea, because it's all very neutral so far. So I've got a little collection of bits and pieces and little ephemera pieces that they're all digital. So I've got these, which I really like. These I haven't used them before, and I thought they're perfect for this. These are by Pam at the Paper Outpost, and they're called her Seed Flower Ads. I've got a whole collection of them here, and they do add a really fabulous pop of colour. Which I wonder if that would be quite nice, because it could go with the wax seal, but it's too big. Yeah, that's too big. But there's a couple of smaller ones here. Got that one. That might work. Oh, that's the wrong way round. That's a shame, because the colour would work quite well. Could it go in? It could, maybe. Let's see if I can get that in. That might go in that way quite nicely, mightn't it? Yeah, I might use that actually. I think I've made this little edgy bit a bit too big. Yeah, make it a bit smaller. That's better. There's this piece. Oh, there's this one. No, I think I quite like this, doing it the other way around. Right, so what we need to do, they are printed on 160, but I want to give them a backing as well. So I've got some bits of vintage paper. This is from an old pad. So I'm going to glue it onto there. Just makes it a little bit more substantial. It looks more like a journal card if you back it. This needs refilling. Get rid of that white edge. Right, I think the only thing left to do is sort out the corners a little bit. And I think I'm just going to snip the corners as that's a favourite thing for Rachel to do, so I thought it'd be quite nice to do that on some of these. That bit's not quite glued down. Oh, this takes ages to unscrew. Oh, come on. Okay. I'm going to put that in here, like so. I think that looks rather good. So that one's done. Put the done ones over here. Okay, and then we want to do this one. So this one's already got a fair bit of colour in, so I'm going to have to be careful what I put in here to go with it. I'm just going to have a little look in this box. I've just got a variety of random ephemera pieces that are digital. Oops, there's a few postcards in here. It's rammed with stuff. I have got, this is from a Shabba Dabba Doodah kit. I wonder if that would go. I've got this one. This is a Arty Maze. This is going to be way too big. I might just try this one because it's already backed. That's quite handy. This is Green Goddess. Is that going to fit in? Is that going to actually blend in too much? It is a little bit, isn't it? It's a bit blendy, that one. I might go in another one though. I like that. This one might be quite a good one though. Once it's backed, that could go in there, couldn't it? There's not a lot of colour though. About this one. Not sure where this comes from. Maybe that would be a bit more of a contrast in there. Not quite sure whether it's meant to be a single piece or whether it's meant to be folded up. Because it's got, that's facing that way. It says receipt of beneficiary. Receipt of beneficiary. And this one says change of amount or beneficiary. So I'm not quite sure what that means. But I might just pop it in there anyway. Let's see if I've got anything else. I don't know if I've got any other suitably sized pieces. Oh, hang on. I have also got some pieces from that Blue Wallflower kit that might just go in here quite nicely. I was wondering about this piece here. I think everything else might be a bit too big. There are some lovely pieces of ephemera, but they're all a bit on the big side, I think. I don't think there's any more. No, they're all going to be pretty large. There's that piece. That might be quite nice. It might be quite nice, so I have to just quickly cut that out. I might cut them both out and see which one looks best. was that piece. This is such a beautiful kit and I've never had a chance to use it, so. And there was this piece, wasn't there? Was it that piece or that piece? This piece, I think. It does look a bit like it's just being cut off somehow. It might not quite look quite as finished, but it'll look alright when I put some ink on it, I'm sure. That's another one as well, isn't it? Let me just have a look at these two and then see if this one would actually be a better one. So I've got this, which looks rather good actually. Rather like that. And this piece. Looks quite nice as well, but it's not quite the pop that we're looking for, is it? I think I may well go with the bird. Yeah, I like that in there. Right. Right, so I'm just going to back it and then I'll pop it in and we'll move on to the last one. So I've got some book page here. Right, it's all backed and inked and ready to pop in. So there's that one done. Next one is this one. And I thought I might see if this one would go in here. The one I had already found. It's a bit tall, possibly. I don't think that matters. I think I might just, like the other one, I might just make my little turn back a little bit smaller. I might just ink it a little bit actually. I might go back and ink around the tops of all of these just to define them a little bit more. But I'm not going to do them all right now. I might do them afterwards. I just quite like the colour on there. I think that just looks quite nice. Just finishing that off. Little journaling spot on the back there. So that one's a nice easy one. Easy win. I like an easy win. That one's done. And then we have the music one to do. So what I pulled out for this is some of that ephemera from Digital Scrap Helper, I think it's called. Yeah, Digital Scrap Helper, where they did the musical ephemera. And there's a whole load of cards in that kit, which I have backed the whole piece on some coffee dye paper just to save me the time, because I thought it might take me a moment to make my mind up which one to use. Because the idea is to instill some colour onto this, but not many of these have actually got any colour. But they're rather nice pieces, so I might just get my trimmer out and we'll just audition a few. There's obviously a couple there that have got a bit more colour in, and I may end up using one of those. But there are some beautiful images on here as well. So let's just cut these up. I'm probably going to use them in the journal anyway, so I might as well get them cut up, ready. Right, let's audition a few of these and see if there's any that just really look like they want to be there. I've made these all a little bit too big, so I'm just going to make this a little bit smaller like some of the others. Just feel like it's blocking the journal cards a little bit. Okay, So there's that one. She's rather lovely on there. I quite like her. She's a possibility. And so is she. I'm not sure about her because you can't really see much of her instrument, and I don't know. It just doesn't seem to quite work there. There's this one. It's the only one that is not a person. This is just a guitar. Yeah, that might be okay. Not so sure about that one. Surprisingly, they're not the ones I thought I'd go for. Well, she would fit, but well, she looks quite good on there. No, her head is going to disappear, isn't it? Too black and white. Nope. Another possibility. But again, she's got no. You can't see her instrument. It's hidden behind the band. And you've got these two lovely pair, and you can see the piano there. I think I'm going to choose between these two. These are the two I like, I think. You can see her instrument, you can see the bow, and you see the top of the cello. Actually, funny enough, they're both playing a cello. I hadn't even noticed that. How unusual. I like her, I think. I think I like her. So I'm just going to... She's a bit... She needs a bit of straightening up on that edge, I think. So let's just ink a little and just snip the corners, just a tiny bit. Pop that in there. Now we have got a bit of colour here. Because she hasn't got a lot of colour, she's more neutral, although she does stand out quite nicely. I quite like the idea of adding a bit of colour. I might actually just had a thought, because I've got the red here. I'm wondering whether to put a bit of the red there, or I have got some Victorian ephemera, which is what Rachel was using, but I haven't got hers. I've got some by Paper Outpost. Never used them. It's a day for using things I've never used, isn't it? That's quite nice. Pop it up there. Pop it behind her. That'll end up, when it gets folded out, it'll be on the upside down bit. Might just pop it there. And that brings in a little bit of the red to the top. That's like a little, almost like a little stamp up the top there, isn't it? There we are. And that just finishes that one off, I think. So the hours and hours of fussy cutting that went into getting these ready. I mean, I had them, most of them being fussy cut some time ago. just never think to get them out. Just like little finishing touches, aren't they? I must remember to use them a bit more. It's one of the nice things about doing these Rachel's weekly challenges is you use things that you've forgotten you had or never found a use for before, and suddenly you do. So there we are, that's that one. So we're done. Woohoo! I'll show you what we made. So I've got the music one, which is going to pop into the back pocket of my music journal. And I've got this one. This really pretty one. A bit more colourful. Got this one. And then this is the one I made off camera just to try it out, to see if I knew, work out what I was doing. And it's another one of those seed kettles. I really like that one, the way that turned out. Really nice. So it encouraged me that I would be okay to do it. So there we are. So how many have we got? 5, I think. More than I expected in the time. So there we are. Roxy's Weekly Challenge, week 10, done. Thank you very much for joining me today, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.